Now, I want to tell you guys something. And the thousands missing in Mexico also. The thousands missing in Mexico, the children that they're being missed in Mexico, the thousands that they're being kidnapped every day. And talking about kidnapping, this is one of the things that I wanted to bring on the screen. This happened a couple of days ago. And nobody's talking about this because this is the dangers that open borders will do. This happened in Juarez, in a border that it has been massively influxed, and that we called it. I remember calling it in the show of the War Room with Mr. Steve Bannon. I remember calling it. Steve Bannon asked me, Oscar, what borders do you think they're going to be hit incoming, the last fall of the year? And I said to him, sir, a lot of the migrants, they're talking about Ciudad Juarez with El Paso. Also, they're talking about Arizona, the whole state of Arizona. Look, 3 weeks later, a month later, what happened? The border of El Paso has been overflowed with migrants from Venezuela. The borders of Arizona have never been so much flooded as they are right now. And the dangers that they are going, the dangers that they are happening right now, and the dangers that they are going through right now, migrants to these particular areas, it is incredibly crazy. And you know why? This is what, and let me just say it for once, manager, the Biden administration has allowed. Open borders are not secure borders. When you're incentivizing migrants to come to the promised land that is the United States of America, for migrants, the American dream, I'm a migrant myself, but when you're telling them that it's open, you will encounter yourself with these travel advisors, that they are so-called now travel advisors, coyotes, traffickers, that they will tell you everything is okay. I will lead you to a place that you're going to deliver yourself, and that you're going to deliver yourself to the American authorities for refugee and asylum. Sadly, when that happens, on your trajectory on trying to find a way to enter to the United States of America, this happens. The most sad thing about it happens. This family was kidnapped. Family was kidnapped. This Venezuelan family was kidnapped, trying to enter with a coyote through the parts of Ciudad Juarez. They were kidnapped in the part of Ciudad Juarez, trying to enter to El Paso. And this was a couple of days ago. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying anything about it. But this is actually happening in our borders, and it has been happening for quite some time. For quite some time. Sí, voy a hacer un video en español más tarde. Claro que sí. And it says right here, they set free a Venezuelan family who was kidnapped in Mexico. They paid $16,000 for their rescue. And a lot of people, I know what they're going to do on the chat right now. And please, I do not want denigrating comments, racist comments, because it's a delicate topic. So please, respect yourself, and whatever you want to say, scream at somebody else. Do not denigrate this family that it was kidnapped. I don't know where they got the money. Possibly family members in the United States of America. They did everything to rescue them. They did everything to rescue them. And if that would have been $50,000, $100,000, it is none of our business to question where they got the money. That is the authorities' business to do the investigation to where they had or where they delivered the money. Thank you so much, MCK. Thank you for the coffees. Thank you so much. So please, abstain yourself from commentating. If you had that idea, oh my God, where did they got the money, Oscar Blue? If they had $16,000, $16,000, I don't even have that amount. Oh my God, where they had that money? Oh my God, if they had that money, while they're living their country. Oh my God, the incompetence. Please stop. Stop. Let me read you what happened. So it says a family was liberated after being kidnapped in Mexico for the rescue of a Venezuelan family. And it says right here, this article was written by Angel David Quintero. I took this article from the Carota Digital. And it says of this Monday, a Venezuelan family that it was kidnapped in Mexico was liberated. The delinquent group deprived them of their liberty when they were trying to migrate into the United States of America. The family was integrated by a matrimony and two minor daughters, two little girls. Basically the claim for the kidnapping was particularly delivered to the authorities by a family member who, fortunately, this family member, they're already under custody of the immigration authorities in El Paso, Texas. Arelis Verde, mother of Claudia Rivero, also the mother-in-law of Carlos Espina, grandmother of the two children, she told to FN Noticias through telephone that she received a phone call from the United States authorities telling them that the family was being kidnapped. The couple, they are merchants with their two daughters. And approximately around 10 days, they directed themselves to the capital of Colombia to travel. Look of what it says right there. And we have been talking about this for the longest of time. Gets me so mad. Look what he says right there. It says the couple, it is a couple of merchants that they traveled with their two daughters around 10 days ago. They left to the capital of Colombia to travel on a package travel. You know these packages of these travel advisors that we have been telling you about? This is the problem. Their own coyotes, their own travel advisors, they own traffickers. They sell you out. They already organized this. And it says right there, they had a travel package from Colombia directed to Bogota, the capital of Bogota, also ultimately to Mexico. And also arriving there, the coyote was waiting for them to transport them to a hotel in Ciudad Juarez, border that is connected to El Paso, Texas, where they magically disappear. According to them, they were going to be picked up in the morning to take them to Texas. When they arrived over there, they were not there. They were kidnapped. The family paid 2 times the rescue to the kidnappers. That is what they said on the statement on FN Noticias. This kidnapping happened on the 16th of September in the border of Ciudad Juarez. Packages. This is what happens when you buy a package. Travel advisors. I will read a comment. It is important to tell these stories. Open borders are dangerous. People who have been told that it's easy need to know the truth. Exactly. So you pay a package, right? You pay a package. When you pay a package of a travel deal, what are the results? These are the results. You endanger yourself with your family because you don't want to touch the jungle. So you go around it, and we have shown how these people are just plastering all over the place their promotional travel travel packages all over from Central America to over here to the United States. Even comedians and public figures, they're promoting this to make a buck. Supposedly, the United Nations, it is the organization that is supposed to be controlling and manufacturing a more controlled, documented, peaceful, secure migration. Charlie, thank you so much for the copies. But they are not. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Travel packages. And because of these travel packages, you have ultimately the risk of these coyotes and traffickers to see if they're going to deliver you or not safely into the United States of America. So imagine you already paid the travel package for your family that we have already summed up with comparable evidence how much they're paying for each person. So apparently, give or take, let's say $3,000, $3,000 to $4,000 for each member of the family. So you got around 10,000, let's say, at 16,000. Imagine this. Unbelievable. Open borders. Open borders. Is it safe? Travel advisors, travel agents, however you want to call it. Amazing, huh? How the terminology and the language is so important. It's extremely important. And the left in the United States of America, they're completely changing the language. They're changing the language with a purpose. When you see people changing the language and trying to take seriousness of an accusation of a federal crime, for God's sake, you got a problem right there, buddy. There's a comment right here by my manager says, if they have money to pay the travel package, they might be targeted more. Yep. You're absolutely correct, because they already know, the cartel and the coyotes, they already know, well, this family looks like they are, well established economically, financially. They got good family members in the United States of America. We can do a plan. Sounds like a plan. We can do a plan. Thank you so much for joining in. Let me turn on the chat right here for comments for me. Thank you so much for joining in. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue, for Border Network News correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. It is my pleasure to be talking to you guys today. Thank you, and thank you for every single one that is joining in. And basically, we are going to be traveling soon. Again, we're going to be traveling soon to a place that, well, you're gonna guys are gonna see me one day. You're gonna say, "Man, this guy is crazy." But that is what we were sent to do. We were sent to report in raw and uncut footage. It is our obligation to do so. We are going to do this live feed in Spanish, but in Spanish, the part of the sect that it was disintegrated, I want to bring a journalist from the border, south border of Tapachula, so he can explain to him, I can ask him questions, because ultimately it is so important for me to ask questions towards them, to say and to find out the reality of what's going on. But also, I will do a separate live talking about this family that it was kidnapped in Spanish. I want to do that in Spanish, particularly only talking about that. And possibly I will do it in Instagram right now, talking about that, because it is so important to talk to the Spanish community inside, inside of the United States. The Latino boat, not boat as. Sorry about excuse my my accent. But the Latino vote is so important in the United States of America, and it is extremely important, and it is really important that everybody knows what dirty politicians are doing to your country. Sadly, with these open border policies, you invite a lot of irregularities and illegalities into your country, and slowly it is turning into a regular country like everybody else's. God bless you all. Stay safe. Follow me at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Getter as Oscar Blue. Melinda, thank you so much for the coffees. Also, Getter, Twitter, Instagram, Oscar Blue Ramirez, Oscar Blue Team, Facebook. Holy cow. I don't remember all the platforms. I'm so, my God. Say hello to everybody at Getter, the War Room Posse. How's everybody doing in the War Room Posse? And I will be doing right now a live feed in Instagram. As soon as I finish this one, I will be doing a live feed at Instagram in Spanish to talk about this family that it was kidnapped, and to explain to you guys what they say. Travel packages, for God's sake, stop using travel packages. These people, they do not care about your life. They do not. Thank you so much for joining in. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, on all platforms. Also, Ben Berquam in Front of America. Real America's Boys News. Download the app. It is free. You can go to the App Store. Also, Wendy Bell Radio Network. Download the app at the Wendy Bell Radio Network in the App Store. There's a question right here that I would like to answer. How do you stay sane throughout this nightmare? The most important and remarkable man that ever walked this planet was Jesus Christ. And he taught us that through everything horror and through every horrible thing, at the end of the day, the only important thing is that you are good with God. The most beautiful man that ever walked this planet is Jesus Christ. Was Jesus. Important, beautiful man, intelligent, perfect man. And he went through the most horrible things that humanity has ever gone through in life. Nobody in this planet has ever gone through what he went through. You want an answer? Just follow the example and you will be okay. God bless you guys. Stay safe. We will see each other on the next live feed to bring you guys reality and truth of the news. Thank you so much. Buy me a coffee. It's on the pin on the chat. If you guys, want to contribute to our travel fund, I will extremely appreciate it. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always, your country's first. God bless.